Congratulations!
Thank you. Thank you.
Give me the full rundown. How far along are you? How did you find out? All of that stuff.
So we're actually going to be keeping like our due date and all that private. Well, I'm sure we'll share it in the future, but right now that's like we're just enjoying like announcing our pregnancy and all that. But we did our third IVF transfer and it was a bumpy road. It wasn't all smooth sailing like my first two pregnancies, like to get pregnant. But ultimately everything always works out in the end. Going through what I went through with my infertility, I just feel so blessed to be sitting in this position right now.
How did you decide? Because I think you've described this IVF journey as this was kind of the last shot, the final shot to complete your family. So how did you decide now was the time to do it? And I guess your reaction to it working out how it did.
So seeing how close the girls are in age really made me open my eyes to be like, oh, I don't really want to wait that long. Because they're 19 months apart, which is like actually crazy, but they're best friends. They're little playmates. And I'm like, my goal was always to be done having kids by the time I was 35 and I'm 33. So I had said to John, I'm like, let's just do it.
What was John's reaction? Did you tell him in any special way, or was it kind of like he was along for the process, so he knew when it happened?
So he was obviously along for the process. He was there with me every step of the way, but there's so much of like not necessarily motherhood, I guess like pregnancy that gets taken away from you, like going through IVF. It's like, it's also planned, right? And it's like, you're at the doctor and it's blood work and it's this and it's that, it's that test, this test, that I wanted him to be able to have his moment of like surprise, you know, because nothing is shocking for me anymore. So I went to Bye Bye Baby with the girls and they picked out like a baby outfit. And I took some ultrasounds and everything and I put it inside a Chanel box. And when he opens it, he was confused and he was so happy because him and I really, I think especially after like having some bumps in the road, like we realized how bad we really did want to have a baby. And it just made us both all that more excited.
There's a lot of life to be had.
Yes,
Cheers.
exactly.
Considering I'm pregnant.
It was kind of the bomb of the non-reunion reunion special, Off the Rails. You just blurting this out at the very last minute while you were in the room with the girls. Did you plan that? How did that come to be? Did you surprise yourself by letting it out?
No, so it was funny because I had seen the girls right before we were together. And they were at my house and Danielle, I was in my backyard and all the girls were like in my pool hut outside and she yells across the backyard and she's like, "Are you pregnant?" And I'm like, "No." That is so offensive. I'm like, do I look pregnant? Which like, I'm so bloated that I definitely did at that point. And I'm like, why does she think that I'm pregnant? Like, why is she saying that? And she's like, "I had a dream that you're pregnant."
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, I went to the bathroom and I'm like, whoever's telling her, shut up. Like, I'm not telling them yet. So, because once you tell one, then they all know, you know, or, unless I say 7 disclaimers of like, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything. So we got together at the reunion special and that's why she is freaking out because she called it.
Oh my God, I had a dream! No!
She was losing her mind. So going into it, John and I, of course, had a conversation. I would never say that without having a discussion with my husband. So it was planned, but like, I just couldn't get it out fast enough. Like I wanted to say it the second I sat down just to get it over with because I was like sweating. I don't know why I was nervous, but I just wanted to get it out. Like Melissa going out to dinner with her stressed me out. Cause it's like, oh, have a drink. Why aren't you drinking? Oh, that's your first drink still. And I'm like, okay, bro. She's the one that stressed me out the most because she pays attention.
So don't harass me to drink anymore.
Okay, fine.
Some very happy news coming out of a not so happy season of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Did you watch back the Off the Rails special and how did you feel about it?
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little confused. I feel like I need to watch it again. But you know, I think that watching the 2 rooms, our room felt very like it was a group of friends watching the episodes together as we have multiple times, you know, sitting on my living room couch, chatting, laughing, you know, mocking people like that's what we do. And then the other room is like, why would they do that? Why would they do this? They need to say that. And what, oh, shut up. And like all these very meaningful sentences, like everything was very purposeful and it feels very manufactured to me.
I could not move forward with anyone who doesn't want to move forward with me.
Did anyone or anything disappoint you in that special?
I don't think so. I think I really have everybody kind of picked out for exactly who they are. So no, I don't think my expectations are very low for half of this cast. So it's hard to disappoint someone that doesn't have high expectations.
Is there anything we didn't see or maybe got left on the cutting room floor that happened in your room that you were hoping would make it there?
Yes, we talked like all about the like blogger stuff. That's literally one of the main reasons that we're sitting in opposite rooms right now. Like me and like Jen Aiden and I didn't have any issue all season long until all this stuff came out online. So we talked about it for, I want to say like at least 20 minutes to a half hour. So when I saw literally 3 seconds of leaked information to bloggers, that's it. I'm like, that's it.
So you haven't spoken to Jen or Teresa, like you just like left it in the air?
And the social media stuff came out and I started reading the in black and white. And at some point it's like, I have to believe what I see in black and white. And they disappointed me and they were upsetting and they were too much.
In my mind, that was a very important piece of the puzzle to like make sense of it all. But I guess if the same puzzle pieces aren't fitting back together, then what does it actually matter?
I never took part in like leaking things to bloggers.
That's her biggest gripe.
I met with the ex in February of 21. She sent me the Warrior video after it was already in someone else's hand. Like I had no part in leaking anything for her.
Now knowing everything you know, do you at all believe Jackie's version of events when it comes to the Louis X situation?
No, I don't. Listen, Margaret is my friend and Jackie is not. And based on her past behavior, I mean, she literally got called out for having the ex at her house and lied right to Teresa's face. No, I don't believe her.
I hope Margaret and her family suffer. You know, I hope her son suffers.
Louis gonna get a lot of for that, Teresa.
For what?
What he said about the son. I hope her son suffers.
I don't care.
That's wrong.
Dude, Dolores, please don't stick up for her in front of me. But you know, just drop it because it's like, I mean, he was upset.
What do you make of Teresa defending Louis' comment about Margaret's son should suffer?
It is okay to tell your partner they're wrong. And it is also okay to apologize on their behalf. But it takes like a fully emotional, intelligent person to do that.
On kind of that note, because it resurfaced again at the finale with Teresa coming at you and the whole hot dog lips comment, there is a bit of a conversation online of some viewers think that you and John have misrepresented his past based on other stories that have come out. Is there a final piece you want to say on that? Not to make you answer for your husband, but just one final time to address it and get it off the list.
We have all made mistakes, and my intention was never to misrepresent, but to expect a 36-year-old man to walk around carrying and bearing the weight of mistakes he made at ages 18, 19, and 20 is comical. Because there's people that were criminals yesterday that decide today that they're going to be a better person. You know, and that those mistakes that he made have shaped him into who he is. He's, again, I've said this a million times, not ashamed of it, but he's not walking around with these mistakes, meeting people saying, this is what I did when I was 20. This is what I did when I was 18. Like, it just doesn't work that way. Right. And there's also a lot of missing pieces to those stories, and he doesn't owe any of them an explanation. Sorry.
I hope that it's not just this meeting, that we can get back.
Can we hug it out?
Yeah, wait, this will make me feel a lot better.
Nice dress.
Me too. See? Remember the love.
It started out very vicious. I got a little scared for a minute.
Next time on The Real Housewives of New Jersey, they will be killing each other.
My favorite moment of the special was the hug between you and Fessler, and that we got to see some reconciliation there. have you two been able to touch base since those cameras went down and kind of see where this friendship can go?
So Jen and I are definitely in a better place. And I just feel like I'm in a good place in my life right now. I feel like I just am being surrounded by supportive, true people. And I include Jen in that. We're in contact. We're in a good place. We're not where we were, but like, we're not horrible. So we're on our way there. But it's nice to be in a good place. I'm really happy that we were able to like move forward a little bit.
And safe to say you're in a good place with everyone who was in your room.
100%, yes.
It's nothing that anyone should ever have to go through, honestly.
Cheers to life, girlfriend.
Yes.
I think this finale was exactly what it was, a final blow of good versus evil.
We know a shakeup is coming.
Mm-hmm.
If you're asked back, would you say yes, or are there some factors you would need to consider before returning?
There's definitely factors I would have to consider before returning, but I would like to do the show again. And I think the network knows what they are.
Can I say in a real way, and I want you to hear this.
Okay.
I think all this stuff about rebooting Jersey is way overblown. You have a great cast. It's just that Teresa and Jen and Jackie now are stopping it from being fun.
Matt Rogers on Watch What Happens Live after the special kind of gave his pitch to Andy of why your room makes sense to move the show forward and rebuild around the five of you, maybe keep Dolores in there. Would you like to see that maybe?
Love to see that. I think that we are a group, even if you didn't add anyone else to that cast, we could make a show out of us. We could. And I think that we're able to have conflict with each other and also resolution, which are the two words that go together in these shows. And I think that's a huge issue with our cast, is that there's a ton of conflict and not enough resolution. So there has to be both of those things to make a show work. And it's unfortunate that there's only conflict and no resolution, but we're at the end of the conflict rope now.
If this is where your Housewives journey ends, how do you feel about that?
I feel great. I'm grateful to have had the opportunity, and I've done some really cool stuff along the way, and I've made friendships that I will have forever. And I just feel grateful for it. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen.
So ultimately, it was all worth it. The good and the bad, it was a net positive.
Listen, you have to take it for what it is and be grateful for life's experiences. It was a great experience for me, and we'll see what's up next.